Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this undergraduate convocation at the School of Continuing and Professional Studies. Convocation. That's just a fancy way of saying that this is an event to mark the culmination of your studies, a chance to move forward and celebrate that which you've already accomplished, and a chance to look forward to the things that are yet to come in your lives. And it's a great time for all of us to celebrate. For your families and your friends, they are here to beam at your accomplishment, right? They're here to say, I can't believe it's over. I can't believe the tuition payments have stopped. I can't believe that it's the next phase of a very special person in my life as they move forward. For you, it's more a culmination of your studies and the end of an important phase of your life, but there's something much more deep that's at stake, and that's, I think, in part what the university cares the most about. For every one of you, you are marking the end of the first period of your professional studies. You've completed these degrees, you've completed your study of a discipline, and for many of us, that's the time we take a deep breath and go on and take on professional careers, take on other kinds of jobs, continue the jobs we're working, but with the confidence of a new degree. But for many of you, it's the beginning of the next phase of your thinking about your academic life, thinking about your professional life, and thinking about the things you can accomplish with the wonderful education that you've received. Education at SCPS is always about transition. It's about the transition from your prior place to the place you're going to go. It's a transition from one phase of your life to another phase of your life. It's a transition as you begin to take on responsibilities that are commensurate with someone who has obtained a degree from NYU. And that degree prepared each of you in three critical ways to take on new responsibilities. Education is always about values, it's about skill acquisition, and it's about knowledge. And each of those three things is an important part of the education you receive. So I want to start with the question of values. My guess is that there's not a person in this room that did not walk into their first class deeply formed as an adult with an extraordinary commitment to values, to ethics, to a sense of what was right and a sense of what was wrong. What education is most valuable in doing is to take you and those values that you've established in your lives and challenge them and ask, have you gotten it right? Have you thought about all the things that you might think about? Are there deeper, more complex matters that ought to be part of your value system? And the beauty of that education is that it wasn't to take your core values and take them away from you, but rather to build on them and give you a deeper appreciation for the things you can do by maintaining a strong moral core, informed by the wonderful things that you were able to study in your classes and from each other. Ethics and morals aren't formed in a void. They're formed as part of a community, and they're formed as part of the thinking that takes place as you share information with each other, the positives, the negatives, the joy, the pain, and the extraordinary challenges that come from being part of a community of people studying and learning together. Your skill. You learn to do things at SCPS. And I think that's a wonderful contrast to what takes place in some other parts of an academic institution where skill is not a part of the equation. You can do things. You learned about them in your studies, you applied them in your studies, and you're capable, starting tomorrow, starting last week, starting a couple years ago, you're capable of helping other people solve problems. And you're capable of adding value in any organization you become a part of, because skill training is deeply ingrained in the education you've received. And knowledge. It goes without saying that academic study is about learning things. It's about picking up pieces of information. Sometimes I used to say that it's about getting better at Trivial Pursuit, but it's mostly about acquiring the quest for more knowledge. As you've learned over the last few years, anything you learn opens up a whole world of new things to learn. And as I was reminded earlier today, this is a school of continuing professional study. Continuing. Lifelong, the pursuit of knowledge, the quest for more, so that you're going to be the most informed person you can be, and put to good use that skill that you've established in your course of studies and the core values that you've brought with you to the institution and that you've refined over the course of the last few years. And you, these graduates in the class of 2012, have an extraordinary array of knowledge that you've created. Hotels and tourism and sports management, to arts and sciences, humanities and social science, to digital communication and media, healthcare management, information systems, leadership and management studies, real estate. The disciplines that make up this complex and extraordinarily challenging society that we are a part of. Commerce, progress, and moving forward are dependent upon knowledgeable, contributing citizens. Every one of you have taken on that responsibility and will add value in the years ahead. New York University styles itself as a global network university, and you, as I look out at your faces, remind me that there is an enormous diversity that makes up the city of New York and that makes up the culture that we are a part of. There's something quite special about being in New York City. A few years ago, there was a relief pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, John Rocker, interviewed on television. People reporting that he had nothing but disdain for New York, hated to be in New York, couldn't stand the thought that he would have to get on a subway and travel through ethnic neighborhoods and meet people of all different stripes and kinds. The number 7 train, he said, was a fearful place to be. Well, what I like to say is, New York University, SCPS, we are the 7 train and we're proud of it. So graduates, as you step forward and take on your new responsibilities, think about the things that you can do with this education. We of the administration and staff and faculty of New York University have nothing but pride in the accomplishments you've had to date and nothing but wondrous anticipation for the great things you'll accomplish in the years ahead. And we salute you.